Great. All you need is your foam roller this morning, and we will get moving. So just start yourself a little wider, shoulders down and away, and start that little gentle rocking back and forth just to find the foundation of the foot to the floor. Think of that gentle zipper through the abdominals, and just go ahead, kind of give the head a little nod left and right, rolling the shoulders. Just get everything kind of gently moving here. So from here, in a wider stance, maybe a small turnout, just give me a little bit of a squat and then come up. And then again, and come up. And we're just going to go deeper and deeper on your own tempo. As it feels good, sink a little deeper, but keep the spine, neutral pelvis. Try to avoid going right down into passive where you're getting that rounding, right? So we're just getting a little bit of heat in through the legs. I'm just moving that roller forward and backwards. Let's go ahead and stay down here and pulse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. One more time for me, you guys. 5, 4, send your booty back. 3, 2, now stay down here and just start a very modest rocking back and forth. So I'm not relevating very high yet. I'm finding my squat. If I'm a bit tight, I'm going to stand taller and rock. If I'm feeling good, I'm going to get a little deeper and rock. And then go ahead and stay here. Lift your heels and lower your heels. Lift your heels and lower. Coco says hi. Lift the heels and lower. And then go ahead and stay in the lifted heels. Little pulse through the legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull that in. Come all the way up and lower the heels. Go singles. Squat, releve, grow tall, and lower. One more time. Squat, releve, lengthen tall, and then reverse for me. Rise up, tall, squat down, lower the heels, and in the lower heels position, we're just going to push the arms out, send the legs out, and drop down into the armpits. From here, give a really gentle rocking back and forth. Inhale, exhale. As you rock back, lift the balls of your feet and then lower them down. Continue that little rocking. And then bend the knees, drop the tailbone, and go ahead and round the spine as you come up. Pull that roller in, draw the shoulders back, give a little wave here. So just a nice little gentle wave. Don't push the hips too far forward. Glance over one shoulder, glance over the other. Start to find that inhale, nose, exhale breath, that little zipper through the abdominals, and then find yourself back to neutral. Peel it down this time, vertebrae by vertebrae. At the bottom, send out those legs again, and then bend the knees, straighten the arms, drop into the armpits, and look from left to right. So we're just getting that little mobility in the neckline. From that left to right, look through to your pubic bone and then up to your roller. So now you're getting a little yes happening in your neck. Increase that inhale, exhale. Start to get that volume of breath right into those rib cage. Open it up, bend the knees, slowly come all the way up. Pull the roller in, and this time thinking of a little lift and a bit more connection with it. Shoulders drawn back, look over to the left, and then gently look over to the right. Bring it back to center, come up tall, and now in your neutral spine, hinge forward, lengthen it, and at the bottom, bend the knees and roll as you come up. Let's go again. Inhale, finding that breath. Exhale, bend the knees and roll. And one more time. Strong inhales, you lengthen, stay down here. Pull that roller in towards your headline a little bit and start the poodle wag. Now, I like my feet closer for the poodle wag so I can get more wiggle from left to right. If you want to make that adjustment, go ahead. If it feels okay, you can straighten the arms and look to the hip as you pull it around the corner. Again, getting a little deeper. And from here, go sexy cat. So come over to the left, round up a little bit, go through angry cat, go down on the other side laterally, flexing and through the extension to the center. Just roll it 2 or 3 times one direction, and then roll it 2 or 3 times the other. All you're doing is trying to mobilize that spine. If you've got a spot that's sticky, hang out there, and then bend the knees, slowly come all the way up, and just roll those shoulders, wiggle out those legs. Grab hold of the roller, and then find yourself in parallel sits bones. Take it a bit wider and turn out. From here, we're going to lift. The roller's going to go back. I'm going to lift the heart a little bit. And then come around the corner. The roller's going to the ground and a big passive squat. Get right down here. If you're a little tight, stand taller and just come up and down on the toes. If you're feeling okay, inchworm that weight down. And go ahead and rock it from left to right. Start to swivel through the hips. I'm coming up on the ball of the foot, getting that mobility happening here. Stay here, take your elbows, push into your inner thighs a little bit, and then lean forward so that's causing your inner thighs to open. Now your heels might be down or up. This depends on your flexibility. Nice big breath there, and then push into both hands, press the hips to sky, and then lean back and drop down into the hamstring stretch. So I'm still in turnout, and I'm just waving my hips from left to right. Now again, if I'm tight, I'm up here with the knees bent a little bit. If I'm okay, I'm dropping down. Turn those feet back into parallel. Wave again. Changes the dynamics on the hamstring stretch. Look through your legs so that you're not kind of tense through the neckline. Come to neutral. Roll the roller towards you. Bend the knees. Pick that roller up. And bring it all the way up to tall. Once you're in the tall, send it behind you a little bit. And then lift the heart. Open that up. And then bring it to neutral. Push the arms behind, lift the heart, open it up, bring it in. And one more time, press that back, lift the heart. And on this one, we're going to roll all the way down, vertebrae by vertebrae, touch down and come on back up. Roll it up, reach, extend it, arms go behind, and then lift the heart. Bring it all the way back. Now, if that's working for you, but you're quite tight in the shoulders, you're going to hold the roller in front. If you're okay, you're going to hold the roller just in that neckline there. Don't push your head forward, though. So you want to bring your elbows back. And if you're able to, hands come on top. And from here, I'm going to do a little lateral. So I'm just going to rotate over to the side, look down the roller, and then stretch into that one side. Lean your hips in opposition. Stronger stretch, feet come in tighter. And then I lean my hips the opposite direction of that. Take a big breath, and then exhale, come all the way up to tall, and then teeter-totter the other way. See if there's a difference. Take your head, look to the floor, lean your hips out, get a little stretch going to the side. Nice big breath there. Take a big inhale and bring it all the way up. Now I'm going to widen my stance a little bit and then rotate. Try and keep your pelvis from going. Bring it back to center. Rotate the other way. Big inhale. Exhale back to center. Take that roller out. Hold your palms underneath. Same thing. Let's rotate. And in this position, reach it out and give me a little bit of flexion. And then lengthen to tall. And then rotate all the way to the other side. And then lengthen out. Bring it all the way to tall. Bring it back to center. And then we're going to go into that nice big rotational. So lateral rotation, come down into your squat. And let's do figure eight. Reach the arms over. Give me lateral flexion. Give me extension through the center, lateral flexion, and then spin it through the middle. Let's go again. All the way up. And bring it down, and let's wind the other direction. Spin it, lift the heart and open. Bring it all the way down. Excuse me, one more time. Lift the heart, spin it open. All the way down. And then take that roller, tuck it right into your belly, and then fold. So I want you to think of lifting your ribs, extending, then pull that in and fold it forward. Dangle your arms. Try to take your bum. If you're sticking it out here, try and tuck your bum around the corner and fold, and then grab underneath those knees. Find some nice big breaths, opening that spine into that flexion in the lower back. One more nice big breath here. And then exhale, slowly unfold and give a few little wiggles. Just going to free flow a little bit. Place that roller to the front. And then start tall at the back of your mat. Take an inhale, come around the corner, place the hands and walk it out to cat. In 1, 2, knees go down on 3 and 4. And then just find your strong 4-point stance, abs engaged, neutral spine, neutral pelvis. And let's do some sternum drops. Inhale, drop down. Press away. Inhale down and press away. Let's go 2 more. And 1. Now stay in the press away. Get those toes curled under. Sink back into your feet, right? So really focus on not sickling the ankles. Get them right underneath you. Try and get your big toes underneath you. Sink back and come forward. Sink back. Now reach the hands what feels a little too far forward. And then when you come forward, let your belly drop down a little bit for an extension. Still have curled toes. So we're going to go back, stretching into the toes. You're into sort of a child's pose. And then come forward and unfold the spine, stretch that out. Pull back, round. Inhale as you come forward, unfold and stretch. One more time. Back we go. And then roll it all the way forward. Lift that heart, stretch. And then come back into your plank. Walk your fingers back or your hands back. Push away and let's find our short plank. So lift an inch. Hang out there. Hold for 5, 4. Neutral spine, neutral pelvis in short plank. 3, 2. Let's find a down dog or child's pose, whatever feels good. Lift. Push the heels down. I'm going to slide my hands forward. I'm going to start prancing at that floor. So now I'm really trying to stretch out those toes, and I'm just pawing 1 foot at a time. Inhale, exhale. Now go ahead and drop one heel. Lean forward into your hands a bit. So instead of the booty up, as I lean forward, I'm going to get a deeper calf stretch. So I sort of come out of my shoulders a bit and then switch to the other side. Again, if this is tight, bend the knees a little bit and have the heel slightly lifted. And then from there, rise up on the balls of the feet and pull yourself into your long plank. So once I'm in my long stretch or plank, if that's difficult, I'll drop my knees. Otherwise, let's go into our pouncing cat, back and forth. Inhale and exhale. So I'm basically maintaining a supported spine during this. If I want to go to neutral, I could. I just find supported spine pulls those abs in a little deeper and just helps me find connection. Let's start with that knee coming forward. So from this back pounce position, I'm going to drive a knee forward. I'm going to drop that knee down to the ground, and I'm just going to go into a little bit of a gecko as I push and open and look through towards the sky. Rotate that. Nice big breath there. Bring your hand back down. Lift that knee. Push the hips back. So I'm in my elephant again. Or down dog. Drive the other knee forward. Drop it. And then slowly rotate open into that gecko. Drop the shoulder. Look towards the sky. Big breath there. Bring that hand back down and let's make this a bit smoother. So I'm just going to drive forward and push back. I could be on the knees the whole time. I can drop the knee down if I want to stay out of the stretch a little bit. If I want a deeper stretch, the knee stays up. Now go ahead and stay with this leg forward. Remove your hand closest to the front leg and pull through into a tabletop. And lift your hips. So I'm into tabletop. I stepped through. Yeah, that's it. You got it. Lift the hips. Hold here. Now lower the hips. Bring that hand back around. And at the same time, you push that leg behind you. Nice. And then press the hips. Let's do it on the other side. Pull forward with 1 foot. The hand closest to that forward leg comes off. We pull the other leg around. There it is. Lift the hips. You got it, you guys. Tabletop it. Nice big breath. A little bit of mobility here. Lower the hips. Bring that arm around the corner. Step back. And then all the way back with both hands. Beautiful. Walk your hands to your feet. In 4, 3. Bend the knees as you need to. Give a little movement from side to side. Let your head dangle. And then bend the knees, drop the tailbone, articulate your spine. Come all the way up. Big breath at the top, guys. Big exhale, hands down, center heart. Wiggle everything. And then go ahead, walk forward towards your roller. Pull your roller back a little bit so that we can use it to sit on. And we're just going to do some passive squats, but we're not going to do a roll back because we'd hit our roller, right? So find lateral rotation. And I just want you to come right down into your passive squat. I need my hands on my elbows or down on the floor for my hips to kind of invite this. That's up to you. If you can come down without your hands down, that's great. Get a little movement side to side, open up those hips. If you're a little bit tight, stay here with your one foot up and the other foot totally down. Push into the inner thigh. So I'm taking both elbows and I'm now pressing into my hips, opening that side a little bit. And I can pivot around on that hip a little bit, see if I can get that stretched out. And then go ahead, go to the other side and just push one elbow into the knee and one hand into the knee, wiggle there a little bit. Find yourself in center and then just bring your roller in close enough that you can get your booty down on it. Beautiful. So I'm just going to back up a little bit so I don't go out of the camera, but I'm just going to straighten out those legs to the corners of my mat now. My sits bones are falling off the back end and I'm using that roller to help me sit tall. Going to do a little spine stretch here. A little more intense will be the knees straight with the feet drawn up. If not, point the toes and bend the knees. I'm going to lift the arms and come down just in the upper part of the spine. Lumbar stays vertical to the earth. This is spine stretch. Lift the arms. Come a little farther down. Inhale, lift the arms. Come a little farther down. So my lumbar spine is still trying to stay parallel to the earth. And then on the last little lift, stretch forward into the hips and the hamstrings and wiggle that out. Nice big breath down here. And then peel vertebrae by vertebrae, come all the way up. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, spine stretch. Remember, your knees could be bent here, guys. Inhale, lift the arms. Come down a little farther. Try and keep your lumbar spine vertical to the earth. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, a little bit farther. And one last lift. And then this time, go ahead and stretch all the way forward. Give a little wiggle here. Inhale, exhale, start at your tailbone. Peel your spine too tall, roll your shoulders. Imagine that your arms now are reaching, but you can see your fingers in peripheral. Again, tighten the back or the hamstrings, bend the knees. And let's do our spine twist. Inhale, rotate. Keep both hips to the front. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate a little bit more. Try and look to the backhand. Cervical rotation. Exhale, center. Beautiful. Inhale, rotate. Sit tall, gang. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate. Try and look to that backhand. Exhale, center. Let's do one more time each way. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate. Look to the backhand. Exhale, center. And last time. Inhale, rotate. And rotate. Sitting tall, rotate. Back to center. Release the hands down. Roll those shoulders. If you don't like this next one, just bring your bum down. Just sit your bum down. Otherwise, we're going to roll through and slowly bring that booty down. I'm going to use my elbows to push the roller out. So now the roller is right in line with just underneath my shoulder blade. And I'm just going to do some scapular rows here. So it shouldn't feel your shoulder blades are trapped. My lumbar is just slightly flexed or neutral. Both are good here. And I'm going to reach like I'm trying not to roll up with the abs. I'm going to reach my arms and then pull my shoulder blades down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, down. Two more. Retract back. One more. Retract back. Now, keeping it like a shelf, bring your arms over your head, interlace your fingers, bring your elbows in, and take the thoracic spine over this time. So we're going to dive over for that arch. Exhale, bring it home. Two more. Over we go. And exhale. And one more time. Nice, strong over. And exhale. Keep it here. Lift the hips. And if you've got any hair or anything dangling down, a hoodie, lift it up. And let's just roll through those upper shoulder areas. So right now the roller is rolling between my shoulder blades. And I'm going right to about 7th cervical, not on it, that little nub that sticks out. Don't go on it, just below it. And then right to where the ribs are about to end, no farther. And I'm just going to roll. Just feeling that roller go into all that musculature through those shoulder areas. And then go ahead and place the booty down when the roller is just underneath the rib cage. And then, or shoulder blades, not rib cage. And then add a rotation to the side. So now we're going to open up that side rib cage. So if you're tight through lats, through serratus, through any of the muscles that go down the sides of the body, you're going to feel this. Come all the way over to the side. So you're coming right over to that chest line and then all the way back to the middle. Go one more time for me. And then stay with it over on your side a little bit, right? You don't have to be way over, but pretty close. And then you're just going to scooch that bum back and forth, and you're getting underneath the armpit. This is an ugly spot. This gets right into our lat line, right into Terry's major and minor, a little bit into those traps as you go, and just roll that, open that up. If you've got any spot that you're feeling like, wow, there's a treasure there, hang out. So I've found my one little spot, and I'm just going to kind of chew on it for a moment. Inhale, exhale, and then push so you're right on the roller, bring it back to center. You're going to be quite crooked. So reset yourself so that it's just underneath the shoulder girdle. Interlace the hands. And then from here, wide stance with your legs, roll right over and bring it back. So we're getting some openers into our thoracic area so that when we do our curl ups, we'll have a bit more freedom with the muscles around that area in order to be able to achieve the curl up. Sometimes if we're super tight, the extension and the roll ups become very difficult, flexion and extension. So opening the muscles through there helps us gain that mobility, right? So go ahead and stay onto the side and start that little pushing forward and backwards. So I'm not rolling in and out of my armpit. I'm just on the back side of my armpit, right? So as I'm rollering, I'm kind of on this line right here. I'm rollering through. I am going into the upper arm if I can, right? There's a lot of attachments happening through there. We're just trying to get that little release. And you just got to sort of manipulate the bottom half to drag yourself. If you've got a treasure, hang out there a little bit. Give a little choo-choo. Inhale, exhale. Let that roller slowly melt into the muscles. And then leave yourself down again. Reset yourself so we're straight. Knees can be bent. We're going to activate the abs a bit more. Interlace the hands. Give me a little bit of extension. And exhale, crunch. So the chin stays about a fist difference between chin and chest. And now I'm using rectus abdominis, so using the ab muscles to curl. If this is working for me, I'm going to start a march. Inhale, open. Exhale, march. Inhale, open. Now, if the body's not inviting that extension each time, just go to neutral and march. Still working for you, straighten out the legs. So I can bend the knee in and come up, or I can go to straight leg and come up. Straight leg will be more aggressive on the hip flexors. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch. Let's go. 2 more. And last one. Now keep the legs reaching. Make sure that's just underneath the shoulder blades. Take the arms. If you need to support your neck, do so. Otherwise, the arms go along parallel railway tracks. And we're going to open. Maybe the thumbs can touch down. Maybe you can look behind you. And then watch the hands. Cervical nod. You're going to leave the roller and round the spine. Lumbar stays vertical to the earth and fold forward into the flexion. I like to rock side to side here to get a little deeper into my hamstrings. Again, you could be up here. Just don't overstretch the arms. Think of folding the spine in this position. So we're going to inhale, exhale here a little bit. And then vertebrae by vertebrae, you're going to start to roll down. The roller sometimes moves. So just gently touch the roller, make sure it's in place, and then over you go again. Stretch it over. Coming up on railway tracks. Exhale, fold, and stretch forward. Little wiggle here if it feels good. And then vertebrae by vertebrae, roll it back again. Over we go. Get that extension. Inhale, cervical nod, big breath out. Exhale, hollow the abdomen and roll. Now, if you know roll-ups are okay without the roller, bring your roller forward and just place it on your legs. And now roll down without the roller. So that's a little harder to go all the way down. There's a little more articulation in the spine needed. And then exhale, gently come up. If the roller's on the toes, push it forward, stretch into the shin here. Inhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll it down. Hands go over the head into railway tracks. Watch the rib pop. Inhale, cervical nod. If this is tough right here, getting up, bend the knees a bit. Otherwise, exhale, fold forward, and then go ahead and reach that roller through to the toes. Push down with the roller on those toes. Feel that shin stretch. And then slowly stack to tall, roll those shoulders. So just using the roller on your legs, widen out your legs a little bit, place your palms on the roller, and just kind of get this really modest moving forward and backwards into the elbow joint. And then what I want you to do is as that goes forward, round your shoulders, bring them forward, bring them up, pull the roller back and retract. So we're going to go forward. You're rounding the spine a bit, pull the shoulders up, and retract them down and away. So we're just looking for a shoulder movement, but we're using that roller to help us get bigger. So now round forward, like you're doing 100s here, and then pull your shoulders up around your ears, pull the roller back in, retract the shoulder, lift to the sky on the vision. Go 2 more. And pull up and back. Give me 1 more. And up and back, and then release those shoulders away from the ears. Give a little no on the neckline. Take that roller, bend those knees, sneak it underneath the knee area. Just underneath, pull your booty in close, reach the arms, and slowly come down. Just move that roller in towards your bum as you come down. Lift the hips. Sacrum is on. It's pushing out my butt end, so it's almost falling out the butt end. And I'm going to stretch those hips open over the roller. This is causing an anterior tilt through my lower back. Go with it. If it's bothering the hip flexors, bend the knees a little bit and just have a little lateral rotation occurring. Otherwise, stretch it long and just feel that stretch through the lower back. So again, I am arched. My hip flexor is higher. Pubic bone is higher. Take an inhale, drag one leg up. Grab underneath it and stretch into the one hip flexor. Again, too aggressive on the hip flexor, bend your base leg in a little tighter. If it's okay, keep it stretching. Take a nice breath there, and then slowly let that leg go out. Bring up the other leg, grab underneath. If it feels okay, stretch the leg out. If it's a little too much of a stretch, let it come in. Couple little breaths there. And then bend both knees and get the heels underneath you. And get the roller now on your sacrum versus kind of towards your tailbone area. Find a slightly supported spine. We're going to go into our toe taps here. Knee fold one leg, knee fold the other. Tendency will be to bring them in tight, right? Brick wall, and then the long tabletop is holding a little farther out. So straight up to the sky is our regular tabletop. Pushing out is long tabletop. You can choose either. From here, we're going to do our toe taps. So no change of rib, hip, it's staying square. Arms can reach to the sky, or they can go in opposition to the legs, down and up. Now, if you're feeling good, go ahead and straighten that leg out. I'm going to point flex to the foot just to get some awareness into the foot line. If I wanted my hand weights, I could use them. That would add more resistance. And then if this is still feeling good, both legs could go straight and I could do a scissor up and down. Choose what you like here. Let's go 4 more of what you chose. 4, no deviation from rib to hip. 3, no wiggling from left to right. 2, and 1, reach both legs up, bend the knees back to tabletop. Watch you haven't hugged them in. Keep that brick wall, keep the arms reaching, and let's do a slow double leg stretch for 4 counts. 4, 3, 2, watch rib, hip, come up slowly. 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, and if it feels good, you can straighten those legs. In, 2, 3. Still feeling good, you can go straight legs the whole time. Down, 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3. We just have 1 more, you guys. Down, 2, pull those abs in tighter as the legs get farther away. They're heavy. Up, 2, 3. Hold here. 1 foot down, other foot down. Lift the hips. Push the roller now back to the sacrum, like a little lower by the tailbone. Stretch one leg out. Bring one leg up. Grab your opposite hand on that leg. Now this is going to get into the glute. So try and relax the glute as you do this. Get a little rocking from left to right onto that one glute, opposite of the leg that's in the air. And then take that and go all the way over into the rotational stretch. So my opposite hand is holding the roller as I rotate. If I want more stretch into the hamstring, I could straighten out my leg that theoretically is in the air and then rotate in opposition. See how that feels. The bottom of the roller itself on the bottom leg is getting into TFL. So if you're tight, that in itself might be quite uncomfortable. Be careful with it. Slowly drag that leg back in, unpretzel yourself. Feet to the floor just briefly to reset yourself. Stretch your leg out, bring the other leg in, opposite hand on top. Roll that over. Start with that little side to side, just feeling a little opener happen as you roll through the glute to the side of the hip, which gets into that TFL. Once you're there and it feels okay, hang out in your rotation. Still okay, you can straighten out that top leg. Maybe, maybe not. Just see how it feels. Find that rotation. Couple nice inhales, exhales. One last breath. And then slowly de-rotate yourself, come back to center. Straighten out your roller. Keep it on that sacrum area. Find a supported spine, knee fold one leg, knee fold the other, cross your legs. You might have to wiggle around to find your happy place. So here we're going to do hip lift to toe tap, and that's going to transition into roll over. You can choose where you want to go. So if you like roll over right away, just go. Otherwise, I'm pushing into my palms on the roller a little bit, and I'm lifting my hips, uncrossing my feet, going to toe tap. Switch the leg that crosses. Lift the hips, uncross, toe tap. So instead of bringing the legs in towards you, hip lift is more to the sky and down, and then toe tap. Switch legs, hip lift, uncross, toe tap. So one more time on each side of the leg cross and toe tap and lift and toe tap, and then continue that if that's nice for you, or go into your rollover. So we come up and then over we go. Right here, if you can tap your toes down and hit a little plow. If it feels good to stay in plow for a deeper stretch here, go ahead. Inhale, exhale. Find your roller because sometimes it moves. And then vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly roll it down. Find that nice anchor point. Reach the legs open. Bring the legs together in parallel. Inhale up. Big breath out. Exhale. Over we go. Touch if it feels okay. Laterally rotate and open up the legs just a smidge. Vertebrae by vertebrae, roll. Find your tailbone down. Stretch the legs. So I do have a small lateral going. Turn back into parallel. Squeeze the legs together. Inhale up. Big exhale. Over on this one, we're going to do a circle with the legs. Laterally rotate. Peel down, wait till your tailbone sacrum anchors, and then sweep the legs, widen around, pull them together, bring them up. Last time, exhale over. Little touch, laterally rotate, slowly peel down, feel the stretch. You might need to bend the knees, that's fine. Tailbone anchors, circle around, bring the legs up, knee fold one leg down, knee fold the other. Lift your hips, push the roller out. And then roll that body up. Beautiful. So we're going to reset in tabletop. You can leave that roller in between your heels and your booty. Turn your fingers to face your bum and press those hips. Press those hips to the sky. If the headline will have it, you're going to look to the sky. Big inhale here. And exhale, bring that booty down. Let's go again. Exhale and press those hips. Big breath at the top. Reset. We're turning on those glutes, right? And bring it down. One more time, press into the hips, big breath. Exhale, bring it down. So here with the roller where it is going to make this next exercise harder. We're going to press up part way, and then we're going to rotate and put the feet on the roller. So we're using the roller for our side planks. If you know you don't want that, take the roller out right now, right? So what we're going to do is come up for a little lift. Sorry, I'm going to switch my hands. This hand needs to face back, right? I'm going to come up for a little lift, and then I'm going to rotate around, right? So I turned my hand. From here, I'm going to step it and come down to my elbow. So the roller now is close to the knee, but not quite on it, and I'm holding here. So I'm in a side plank holding. Lower the hips, lift them. Lower the hips, lift them. So as I lower my hips, my feet come up a little bit, and then I'm going to lift. Lower, lift. Go 3, 2, 1. Now stay in the lift. Take this hand, rotate it around, put it into plank, and bring your shins onto the roller. And then bring it all the way to straight. Back up facing the side. So come all the way into front plank, and then roll all the way into side plank. Going back and forth. Into front plank, into side plank. One more time. Into front plank, stay in front plank. Rotate your hands so you're in a full railway track, and then pull those knees in and out. That just got nasty. Pull them in and out. You're on front plank and you're driving those knees in towards your elbows. You're rounding that spine. Let's go 3 more. And reach out. And go 2. And reach out. And last 1. And reach out. Rotate that hand and drop your hip down. Ooh. So I've dropped my hip down and I'm on my elbow. I'm going to pull my legs off my roller and find my mermaid position. How are we? That was a good hello on the side obliques, wasn't it? Just leave your roller there. This hand lines up with your hip, and we're just going to push that hip down if we can. Reach, rotate. This hand can go down, small back, or reach. It's your mermaid position. Bring it down and up. So I am going to move that roller back a little bit so that I can lift this leg without it getting in the way of the roller. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Find that little rotation in your spine. Let's go 2 more. Draw those abs in strong. And last 1. Come all the way out. Reach this arm. Grab that leg, tuck it in. Try and get that booty settling down. That can be a tough one. You might need to kind of reset. Takes me a moment to find this in my hips. And then I'm going to reach it over to the side. On that reach, you can go into rotational if it feels okay. Come back into lateral. Bring it all the way out. So we're going to do the tabletop facing the other direction, right? So we're kind of all the way around, and we're in the tabletop this way now. The roller is going between our legs, and we're going to do 2 just straight tabletops, and then we're going to go into that wild thing, right? So fingers are facing the bum. You're going to tabletop. So same sequence, other side of the body. One more time, tabletop, and bring it down. Now we need to reset this hand. It's going to go forward. It is going to drop to the elbow partway through, right? So from here, I'm going to do a small tabletop. I'm going to rotate around, put this hand down, put the leg on the roller, put the hand down, put the leg on the roller, and drop to my elbow, right? Yes. And now my feet, my legs are reaching. Now, if that's uncomfortable and I'm not staying stable, I can stagger my legs, right? Otherwise, I'm here and I'm going to fall over. This is my dumbass side. So my dumbass side, I have my fingers down on the ground because I'm just not staying square. I'm dropping into lateral flexion. You should feel a stretch right here in your side obliques. And then pull them up. Drop them down. Pull them up. The roller might move. That's fine. Drop them down. Pull them up. Go 2 more. Go 1 more. Now hold them in neutral. So instead of being laterally flexed, neutral. Take this hand, come around the corner, and that other leg goes on top. Here you might need to spend a moment just resetting, right? Your position on the roller, and then come up to center. Roller it through, come to center. Roller it through, and to side plank. 2 more, front plank to side plank, and then stay in the front plank here. Rotate your hands so they're making 11s. Your arms are making 11s now. And then we're going to pull that roller in and straighten it out. So on this side, I went super crooked. Major difference between left and right. You might find that happens. That's okay. Just be mindful of your differences. Go 2 more on those pull-in planks. And last 1. Reach those legs. Drop the knee down. Drop your booty down. Yeah. Bring the legs in tighter. Finding your nasty little mermaid. How are we? That's a tough sequence. Bring that heel into the bum. Let's get a little lateral flexion, getting the side that we were just working on, stretching out. Bring it all the way out. This hand's going to line up with my booty. Move your roller a little bit away so it's not catching underneath you. And then come all the way around. So remember, this hand can come down, smaller back, reaching. And then it's down and up. Inhale, exhale. If it feels good, you know you can kick out that base leg. Just make sure you moved your roller away so you don't kick it even farther. Let's go 2 more. And last one, bring it all the way around, tuck that in. Take the time to settle into your mermaid, finding your hips getting to the floor if you can. Reach the arm, side lateral, and then rotational. Back to side lateral, and then all the way out. Beautiful. Bring that roller all the way to the front and just place it a little ways away from you. And then come over into your 4-point stance again. Beautiful. Yeah. From here, we're just going to walk the knees farther away and then gently bring the hips down. So we're going to start with a little sphinx. So legs are open, parallel, as comfortable. And then I'm bringing my elbows underneath me. Start this first one floppy. So I haven't engaged the abs. I haven't engaged the glutes. And I'm just kind of wavering side to side. Now, if that's too tight and you're clenching through the glutes, come lower. If you're okay, you're on the elbows just to start with, and we will increase where we're holding here. And then turn your elbows out. Now, if you know that height was good enough, that's where you're going to stay. If you want to bring the height up a bit more, small lateral rotation, lengthen it floppy. Pubic bone stays down. I only come as high as I feel. I'm not overstretching into the hip flexor, but my lumbar spine is getting a little bit of mobility. As soon as the butt squeezes, go down a bit, relax, and see if you can inchworm back up again. No butt engagement. And then come down. Let's do it one more time. Take a breath, wiggle things out. And then slowly coast up. Again, just to where you feel a gentle stretch without yanking into the hip flexor or the lower back. And then slowly come down. Now we're going to connect it. Get your hands into making 11s, elbows to make 11s, legs parallel, open as comfortable. Shift your shoulders down, a little bit of sphinx here. Pull those abs in this time. And then if the vision's okay, chin parallel to the floor. So right here, watch you're not dropping, right? We're engaging and we're lifting. We're staying strong. Super hard place to find a good strong breath, but let's try. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. 2 more. 1 more. Turn the elbows out. Exhale, float it down. Put your hands, I'm just going to get my mic off because I'm going to stifle it here. Put your palms one on top of the other. Rest your forehead to your palms. Bring your legs back parallel as comfortable and pull your abs up and in. I'm just doing single leg prone extensions. So both butt cheeks are going to squeeze just a little bit, and then one's going to go much tighter. The one going tighter is the leg that's lifting. Watch you're not bending the knee. Straighten it and lift it, and then actively bring it down. If you're feeling a lot of tension in the lower back, don't lift as high. Keep going, alternating. Or imagine someone's pulling your big toe, stretching that leg that you're lifting out from the hip socket. So you feel the length happening in the back versus the compression of the lift. So you want to feel that reach and that length. And we're just inhaling, exhaling as we go up and down. So I want to exhale as I lift, or inhale, whatever works, and then bring it down. Now I want you to float both legs just an inch off, just an inch, and give me a flutter kick. Watch, it's not the knees bending, that it's hips mobilizing. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Now, if this feels good, keep going. Take the hands off the floor. Take the headline off the floor. Hold your arms to the side. And then lift your thoracic a little bit. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2. Still okay. Reach the arms above the head. And exhale, 2. So we're just holding the arms still. Thoracic and neckline are in extension, and the legs are paddling like swimmer. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3. 1 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And release. Push back into your child's pose, nice and wide. Or if it feels okay, come up into more of a beach pose where your heart is lifted, and you can do a little bit of movement back and forth here. So whatever feels good for you is your recovery. Whatever's working. Add a little rotation if that's kind of what's needed in your spine. Inhale, exhale. We're going to come back down and go into full swan, but we're going to do swan dive for 2 or 3, and then add swan dive 1, and then we'll go to swan dive 3. So slowly pull yourself forward. Have your hands in place. Legs are going to stay anchored. You have a lateral rotation. I'm feeling the edges of my mat, so my toes are running down there. Pull your abs up and in so we're connected, and press into that. Lift the pubic bone. So I'm not going archy, I'm lifting, nice and powerful. And then gently bring that down with control. Let's go again. Inhale, exhale, lengthen up. Inhale, keep. Exhale, bring down. Now, if that's a nice challenge, I need you to stay there. Otherwise, we're going to add the lower half to this, but it's not a full dive. So I'm going to lift up. As I start to come down, I'm going to squeeze one butt cheek like I did in prone extension. I'm going to reach that leg, but I haven't dropped my upper torso. I'm still lengthened. As that leg goes down, I press into my upper. Yes. And then the other glute squeeze and press. So my other leg is pushing into the floor to activate to help, right? Lengthen up. And then keep that spinal position. Squeeze the glute, extend. One more time. Lengthen up. Pull those abs in, squeeze that glute and extend. And the last one, we'll finish with the lengthen up, and we'll slowly bring that down. Hands in towards the headline, head on the palms, and just wiggle that booty from left to right, guys. Inhale, exhale. I'm just going to sneak my microphone off. Pull that roller in. Hello, sweetie. Pull that roller in. Push the hips back and try to pull your roller in. Pull it all the way in, and let's find cat-cow to a very modest thigh stretch. If you can do a deeper thigh stretch with the roller, go ahead. I'm not going to today, but you know the option. Please go to it. Reach the arms, come around the corner, grab your roller, and start to roll that out. Press into that, drop into your armpits, you guys. Inhale, exhale. I'm going a little bit to cat-cow here, stretching into the shoulder girdle, pulling in those abdominals, and then drop your tailbone heavy, round your spine, come all the way in, find rib hip nice and strong, and go ahead and lean it back, get it, and then gently pull it in. If you can go farther, go ahead, right? Cat-cow, roll it out, press into that, stretch it out, untuck the tailbone. Watch your shins aren't lifting, anchor them, and then drop your tailbone heavy, curl, exhale, pull it all the way in. If you want your roller here, grab it. I'm not. Find your rib hip, push in the sternum bone and lean back. If you can go farther, please do so. If you can open up your chest line, go right ahead. Take the arms back if you want to. Kathleen and I are both going, no. And then gently come in. Listen to your body, you guys. And then go ahead and push that roller in the center, place your hands down. Curl your toes, lift, hi, sweetie, and drop into your calves, into the hamstring stretch and calf line. Walk your feet in towards your hands, and we're going to go into a little bit of a ragdoll here. Bend the knees. If you're okay with hanging ragdoll, go ahead. I like my elbows on my knees right now just to support my back. Couple inhales, exhales. And then slowly roll vertebrae by vertebrae, come to tall. So we're just going to lie our backs long on the roller, just to kind of decompress. So you're going to rotate that roller. We're not doing any exercise here. We're just looking at an opener. So lie it long, come to the edge of that roller and bring yourself down. Oh, hello. And then once you're at the tailbone, if you don't like rolling down on this, just go down carefully. Otherwise, get those feet a little farther forward. Make sure that you have not gone to one side or the other. And then take a big breath and roll vertebrae by vertebrae. I'm going to put my hands down. My back's a little tight, so I'm using my hands to help me find that roll. If you can free flow it, please go ahead. Find your spine long. So I'll tend to come down with this really lordotic, excessively lordotic curvature. So I can get my hand right underneath there. It's like a big, massive golf ball. I'm going to lift up, repeel, and try and find like a small unsquished grape. If I feel unbalanced, I could widen my legs here. And all I'm going to do is bring my arms and get some scapular row here. So I'm reaching for the sky, my shoulder blades leave, and then I bring my shoulder blades down and around, feel the sensation of the inside of the shoulder blade touching the roller. Press it away and bring it down. If your back is not inviting the roller, just take this to the floor. And then we're going to do some chest openers. My arms are going to go over top. If your ribs pop a little bit, let's not worry about this. We're just going to feel the movement. So open it. Get your hands as far above your head as you can. Maybe your palms can go down. And you're going to snow angel or port de bras all the way around. And my palms face down when I come in. Inhale up. We've got railway tracks going. The back of my hand touches down. I try to feel that stretch. And I slowly come all the way around. As I come around, I turn my fingertips down, palm down. One more time. Inhale up. Big breath. Let your rib pop. Not a big deal. Exhale. I'm not doing a core connective. I'm doing just that opener breath for the pec line. Switch directions. Open the other way. And then exhale. Make railway tracks. Bring it all the way down. One more time. Snow angel open. Exhale down, hands down to the floor. Widen your foot stance now. So your legs are quite wide. Your inner thigh might be turned out. That's okay. Take one hand, grab the bottom of the roller. So if you can't reach it, wiggle down. If you can reach it, great. Your head is going to drop off the opposite side of the hand that's reaching. So I'm reaching with my right, and I'm going to take my head off to the left. I'm going to feel a stretch in my neckline. My vision, ow, go, stop. My vision is getting a stretch. My neck is getting a stretch. If I want more stretch, I can take my free hand and just kind of drift my head off a little bit more and just feel that stretch down the side of your neckline. Your legs are wide so you don't fall off, right? Nice and wide. I'm actually taking my body weight and I'm leaning it to the hand that's holding down to get extra stretch here, right into that SCM. And then slowly come up. Set your net back into the center again. Grab the other side, the other hand down on the roller. Take this hand wide. Help your head position off to the side to start with. Go step. And then lean yourself out. As you lean, pull a little bit into that. Maybe if you want to put the hand on there, get a little extra stretch into your neckline, you can. Couple cycles of breath. Inhale, exhale. And then slowly bring that head back on. Let your whole body just fall gently with control off the side of the roller. And then get that roller out of the way. Get the dog out of the way. Get the roller out of the way. And I'm not doing this very gracefully because I have a small Coco now in my way. You're going to take that hip. There we go. And you're going to go up into your glutes, you guys. So we're going up into the glutes. And we're just going to go back and forth on the top connector into the glute. Back and forth here. She's okay now. She's out of the way. Oh, who's that? Get him. Yeah. Go attack him. Roll it back and forth. Find that hip a little bit. And then when you're good, sneak it to the other side, roll it back and forth, see how that feels. So for me, this side is much tighter. If you've got a side that's tighter, spend a bit more time there. And then we're going to sit right up on that roller and we're going to get into that piriformis a little bit before we finish off, you guys. So if your TFL is tight, right, that little side pocket muscle, come right over onto the side. So I am way over. I'm going to change my angle so you can kind of see here. So if I go straight on, you might see this a bit better. So I'm coming right over and I'm hanging out right here. That is super tight on me. That's where I'm going to hang and then come back. So I'm not right on the biggest part of the butt. I'm right at the bottom crest of the iliac crest. So quite high up. And then I'm hanging right here because that TFL is not really happy on this side. So go ahead and just play around with the side that feels a little more miffy to you. And then when you're good, come up, get your biggest part of the butt on there, cross one leg. So you've got your four stretch. Now, if that four stretch is tough, you might just want to hang here and just feel that stretch occur. Yeah, it's awkward coming up. Any way you can to come up, you guys. Now, we're just going to stretch into that. And then what I'm going to do is roll right over. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down so people can see. Jesus. Down. Thank you. Thank you. And then from there, roll into your butt. Roll that around. She's not spread eagle in the video though. I hope you can't see all her spread eagle beautiness. She's on her back, just like chewing on her bone. Evidently very trusting of the situation, right? Roll into that butt cheek, you guys. Inhale, exhale. Hi, Beaner. Open that up. Stretch it out. So if you've got any treasures, you could drop that leg and dig a little deeper wherever you're tight. And then let's go into the other one. So find your 4 stretch and just hang there initially. That stretch in itself might be tight for you, right? So I'm just going to hang out into that stretch, feeling that piriformis open up. Once I feel this stretch is sort of invited in, then I'll go on to that butt cheek and I'll start rolling into the butt cheek. If your wrists don't like this, drop down to your elbows. If it's working for you and you want to go one hand, you want one hand pushing into the knee, you can do that. Play around with this, right? You'll have treasures in different spots than I will. So I need you to just sort of move around till you find your nice little magic spots that are not so happy with you. Sometimes I feel like I have more of those spots than that are happy with me. And then slowly bring those feet to the floor. Go ahead and power that up any way you can. Power that up, vertebrae by vertebrae. We're going to roll it to tall. And then just kind of give a little wiggle and let's take a little release breath. Nice strong inhale at the top, lift that heart. Exhale, hands down, center heart, roll those shoulders. And we are done.